Hello horse friends, and welcome to the Imperfect Equestrian. Today we've come somewhere a little bit different. We've come to Pendine Beach. It's going to be our first beach ride, and I've brought JJ down. I've also brought my husband and my dog Dreamer. So we're going to have a lovely fun day out. I'll get us tacked up and we'll head off.
You look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you.
Pendine Sands is a 7-mile long beach which is partially owned by the military defence. They use it as a firing range practice, and that part of the beach only opens for the public at weekends. We can see here that JJ is showing a calm curiosity about the sea. I'm very pleased so far that she's not too spooked or overreacting in any way. She's just calmly walking down towards the sand. As she's not been to the beach before, I decide that staying down and doing some groundwork with her first is the most sensible thing to do. She's seeming pretty calm to me and not too upset by the waves. Dreamer has headed straight for the sea, where she's having a great time, discovering that waves move and that she can chase them. It's her first time in the sea as well. Once I'm happy that she's feeling quite calm and sensible, I mount up and we get ready to go and explore the sands. Just time for a quick stretch on both sides and a treat. Let's set off. I'm all ready for my adventure. Pendine Sands had some very interesting historical facts. In the early 1900s, the sands were used as a venue for car and motorcycle races. From 1922, the annual Welsh TT motorcycle event was held here. The firm flat surfaces created a better surface that was straighter and smoother than many of the major roads of the time. It's perhaps not so smooth today, there's some little ridges everywhere, but it is quite firm to walk on, and JJ seems to be appreciating the footing just fine. We walk with my husband and Dreamer, and we're heading towards the water, and she's really quite brave and quite willing to put her feet straight into the waves. She's taking the whole scene in and having a good look at all the waves coming towards her. She's not sure, but she doesn't seem scared either. Of course, Dreamer's not bothered at all. We all head off a little bit further down the beach. It was quite a hot day, but there was a very cool sea breeze that was keeping us at a good temperature. We stopped for a second and take in the sights and sounds and wonder of the beach and the sea. So beautiful. She's actually still very calm, considering it's a completely new environment. She's a little bit more willing to travel back towards the car than she was to come away, but this is what we're here for, to practice these things. You can see she's a little reluctant to turn, but she does nonetheless. And we're heading back now to try and wet our feet again in the sea. At least I've got the support of Dreamer and my husband, if anything did go wrong here. She follows them both into the water quite willingly. And she's heading a little deeper than she did before. She stops to look at the waves, and she's not sure, so she's backing up a bit. You can see as I go forward, she slowly drifts back out of the water. My husband had been carrying his sandals around, so I offered to take them and tie them onto the saddle so he didn't have to keep carrying them. JJ was rather anxious to get going again, but I did successfully tie them on. I experimented a bit to see how she'd be travelling away from my husband. Dreamer wasn't going to get left behind though, so she followed us. As we came back, I decided to try a little trot. She was quite sensible and didn't speed away even though we were heading back towards the car direction. If anything, she just wanted to stop again really. I set off again in the other direction to try a little bit more. As you can see, again she starts very nicely in trot. We're heading back towards the car in this direction at the moment. And again slows very quickly. I turn her without too much effort at all, and we set off back towards Pete and try another little trot again. She's been such a good girl really for her first time here. Time to go for another play in the water again. She seems to be getting braver every time. Straight over that wave that was going to chase her then. Well done, JJ. I did not expect her to be this brave on our first visit. Oh, she thought these two waves looked a little bit suspicious, so moves away from them and had a good old sniff of them. Not the best idea in seawater. You can see Dreamer's certainly enjoying it here, having a good old splash around, and JJ is deciding to watch her. Off we go again. Let's follow my husband and Dreamer this time in the waves. so lovely for us all to be out together. And it's good for JJ to have a lead. She likes to follow people and things. It makes her a lot braver. Well, we've had some good fun with the waves. I think it's possibly time for us to head back down the beach and start heading back home. Goodbye, waves! As we set off, I look at the sands and I think of more of the interesting history of the beach itself. Pendine Sands is famous for land speed record attempts. In the 1920s, it became clear that the roads and race venues around the country were no longer suitable for land speed records. As record speeds approached 150 miles per hour, the needed distance to reach these speeds and brake again safely required a straight, flat surface of at least 5 miles. The first person to set a land speed record here was Sir Malcolm Campbell on the 25th of September 1924. He reached a speed of 146.16 miles per hour in his Sunbeam 350 HP car, the Bluebird. 4 more speed records were performed here. Unfortunately, in one land speed record attempt in 1927, the driver, John Godfrey Parry Thomas, was killed after reaching 170 miles per hour when his car lost control and rolled. His car is buried in the dunes here. Speaking of cars, you can see that some of the cars have started coming on the beach now. It's one of the few beaches that you're still allowed to drive cars on, but I do believe it's only at certain times though. There weren't any on the beach when we got here, and we'll just be a little bit careful to avoid them. I think these particular cars are going somewhere to set up for an event today. It's a very large beach though, and there's certainly room for all of us. I stop and watch my husband and Dreamer for a bit as they're going to head back to the sea for Dreamer to have a last swim. I think she's discovered that the seaside is one of her favourite places. She goes and says hello to everybody and slowly gets deeper and deeper until eventually she has to swim. Luckily, she doesn't go too far from my husband. We're quite close to the end of the beach now where the car is, so it's time to stop and for me to dismount. I didn't want to dismount right by the entrance, just in case there was a lot more people and cars there now. I'm quite happy for her to walk ahead of me and explore everything. She's feeling very confident with my husband and Dreamer in front of us as well. As we get nearer the ramp, it seems the Dreamer may have found a friend, another dalmatian that we found. This one has to be kept on a lead, but he's still enjoying a good play. His owner didn't mind, I promise. And we're back at the entrance. We should be stepping off the sand very shortly. Here's the ramp where we came in. Well, all in all, I do think it was a very successful ride. There were no major incidents. She was very calm. A little bit shy about going away from Pete, but perhaps if we come down with another horse again some other time, she'll be even better. Time to get Dreamer back on the lead, and we're heading back to the car park to go home. It's certainly been an adventure, and I think I can be very proud of how she coped with her first visit to the beach and seeing the sea. Well, that was a lovely beach ride, and so nice to have my husband and Dreamer with us as well. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!